Hey, hello everyone. Very good afternoon. We'll just take few minutes, in 1 minute. Let other people join, then we will continue. We'll just 1 second. We'll take 1 minute to uh, people to join. Then we will start it. Yeah, we have people joining in. We'll just take another couple of seconds. We have a good number of people already joined. A very good afternoon once again, everyone. Thank you so much for being part of this session today. So, my name is Ravi Bodama. I'm the founder of StartupYo. StartupYo is a platform to help young entrepreneurs to start their business successfully. So, we help in connecting every resource that is needed to start their business successfully. So, that's the main focus we work on. That's what is all about StartupYo. So about today's session, already a series that we are running. It's a 11th episode as part of Churn and Burn series. Today is all about organizational structure and planning for 10x growth. So it is already many of you who attended the previous sessions know Mr. Nilesh Desai. He has got over 40 years of entrepreneurial journey along with his couple of books in related to MSME. So he is a director of SME analytics. So Desai Garu will explain you in a couple of minutes what SME analytics does, and then he will take through this topic today. Thank you all. So we'll have a question and answer session after the presentation. So please keep your questions ready and post in the comments. We will answer them. Thank you, sir. It's all yours, sir.
Thank you, Ravi. Thank you introducing me. See, my company SME Analytics helps you to analyze your balance sheet and profit and loss, and the free of cost, and that will give you the areas where you can increase your operational efficiency. Generally, you file your income tax return and go to the bank for increasing the limit. But in your balance sheet, you will get 52 variables which can help you to optimize your resource utilization. And my part of the effort is to bring to the notice of all accidental entrepreneurs that the areas where they are lacking. Say, my definition of accidental entrepreneur is the one who just dropped out from corporate career and started his own. He may have expertise in one particular area, the other two, three particular area required to run the business, he has to learn online. So my effort is to reduce that efforts and to give them a guidance where they can look for, say, in from last about this is the 12th chapter I am discussing about. In earlier 11 chapter, I have tried finance, marketing management, digital technologies, cleaning, idle asset, etc. So now today's topic is organized structure and planning for 10x growth. This is more particularly important for all MSME. Yesterday, I was discussing with my friend, do you require an organized structure? He has got unit for 55 years and he said very clearly, why do we need an organized structure? Then I explained that you have got three people who are following this, your works. And then he realized there is a need for having some structure where the responsibilities are delegated or defined, what kind of job one particular person has to do. That reduces the burning of the or concentrating of unattended job coming to MSME entrepreneur. So today, before I go, many of you may not be knowing what is 10x growth. See, there is a potentiality in all your unit where you can grow 10 times your business in 3 to 5 years if you have got clarity in your thoughts. And under that series, this is one of the critical topic which I am going to discuss. See, every entrepreneur with whom I discuss whether can you grow in 10x, they immediately come, sir, money is not there, or talent is not there, or this is not there. Instead of that, if you can go reverse, how much money is required, how much talent is required, how much other things are required, that will give you a clarity of your thought, and then we can start searching where to get money, or how do we get talent, or what are the hurdles we are facing. That is the positive attitude which you require to have it when you want to grow your business. So 10x growth kind of thing is always possible. Only thing is you should identify the weakness areas and where you need a strengthening. So now, generally, all MSME, like see the members who are coming to Yo, that they start fresh, and then up to 2 crore rupees turnover if they reach. There are three core functions which are needed for every business. The three core functions are sales and marketing, operations, and financial administration. These are the basic functions. And then when you start this thing, there are underneath each department, these are possible specific roles that must be filled. Here is a quick list of some of the most common roles in sales and marketing: website maintenance, online marketing, public relation, lead generation, opportunity management, account management. These are the few things which are coming under sales and marketing. Then second thing is operations. So in operations, production, customer services, shipping and fulfillment, product development, these are the things which generally come in this. And financial and administration, bookkeeping, accounting, office management, IT management, HR and financing will come under this. It is suggested to start with this and look to your own team and look to their functions, and if necessary redefine roles. You will be surprised that unclassified jobs often fail through cracks, leading to a last minute panic. So suppose somebody says this function is not mine and this function is not mine, and you will find out that last minute the job has to be done. That is why yesterday what my friend was telling is holding true, that entrepreneur has to look into everything. But as you grow, you will have to define the responsibilities so that you can grow without much pain. There are three primary organization structures. Now, there are some structures which are defined in literature, which are existing, is functional organization structure. Here, when you establish a functional organization structure, you are building a hierarchy based on the job role for each employee. Functional organization structure groups together employees who work towards a common goal. This is a generally accepted structure in MSME. Then when you grow divisional organization structure decentralize the functional organization structure, because the role of the employees are divided by product or region rather than function within your business. Suppose if you have got a branch office at Chennai or Bangalore, and you will not be there, so you will have to have some divisional head or somebody will be there, or you have got some product, and product management team can be different. Then matrix organized structure. Matrix organized structure combines the characteristics of functional and divisional organized structure. The matrix organized structure works more like a team instead of department heads. Each team has a leader. The matrix organized structure is appropriate if your business operates in international level or serves different geographic region. Basically, organized structure create a business hierarchy to increase efficiency and effectiveness of the business operations. The ultimate idea of doing any business is to work efficiently and work smoothly. So that effectiveness, by defining this, it will come to this thing. Now, there are two kinds of leaders. Generally, in each organization, you will find there will be some leaders. Generally, two types of leaders you will find. The creative thinker, this personally brings a ton of energy and innovative ideas. They are often great at relationship and may have a larger personality, but they tend to be weaker on follow through. So these people come out with an idea which are suited and everybody get excited. But then coming to execution side, they may be weaker because if unless until somebody is after them, this idea generated may not uh, convert into business opportunity. Then the organizational thinker. This personality tends to be well organized, strong at system thinking. They may not be quite as strong as spotting opportunities. They may not be able to spot the opportunity. But once the direction is defined, they are the person who will ensure it get it done right. So they are good at executing the ideas which are generated. Out of these two characteristics, for better growth of the business, it is better to give more responsibility to organizational thinker, as at the end of the day, a mediocre idea that is well executed will trump a brilliant idea that is poorly executed. This can be easily understood. Creating an organized structure for a small business is one of the first thing you should look at when planning your venture. In addition to creating clear roles and responsibility, and accountability structure is a valuable strategic planning tool allowing you to spot current gap and plan next hire so that you can focus on where you deliver the most value. Now, Ravi was talking about that he support the new entrepreneurs. So all that entrepreneurs before starting their organization, that entrepreneurial journey, they should plan out. Okay, these are the functions. This is the kind of person I require, and these are the responsibilities. So when he describes the job description, it will become easy for him. Like our prime minister has got unallocated jobs all coming to him. Wherever there is a specialized skill, he allocates to them for whatever reason, so that he expect the remaining all portfolio, either it comes to prime minister in the nation or it goes to the chief minister for better decision making and administrative easiness. All about gives you to refine your present structure, if any, but to have 10x growth, it is necessary to visualize the increase in workload and barriers likely to be there. So try to draw what is needed, say, at the end of 3 or 5 years, draw possible or organized structure with specific roles and responsibilities and its contribution to desired target. This is very clearly necessary. You will have to map what is your existing structure and what is required to have a 10x growth. In between, there will be 3 to 5 years time. So this will help you to define, and this will help you to locate. The gap analysis will permit you to existing structure, and you can identify who can go to the leadership role from your existing people. So your existing team may have some leadership quality. So you can assign that particularly and groom them for next 3 to 5 years, so that you don't have to look outside. You can train them well in the existing enterprise structure. And you see, you can target to the train them with well defined salary or benefit structure. This will give the present staff clarity and they will take challenges. See, once their salary structure or benefit structure is known to them, they will be glued to your organization and try to take that challenge of 10x growth. Also, it will give enough time to the entrepreneur to locate the required talent from the market. Once you know that this talent you don't have, you can locate from the market, or you can keep in touch with uh, job searching agencies or many other ways which are available to the entrepreneur. Entrepreneur who has got mindset of 10x should not block their thinking as the desired resources are not there, but identifying the gaps and how to fill that gap in all functions of business, and this is one of that. See, many entrepreneurs to whom I have discussed, they say, sir, paise nahi hai, talent nahi hai. When they know what is the kind of talent required, we can try to find out what is the kind of money required to support that growth. See, once we define 5 years or 3 years rolling planning, we'll be able to know how much short-term fund is required, how much long-term fund is required. Here in organized planning, this is critical, the gap of talent. I have found while interacting, this I already told you. Then there are external driver influencing the organization. There are few drivers which makes your decision. It will be government policy, economy, customers, stakeholders, competition, technology advances, suppliers. These are few of the external drivers which influence your organizational structure. See, now we had a corona, so economy has gone down, and government came out with various policies that is affecting your performance in that particular time, and that you will have to look into considering your long term goal. The figure gives various drivers which affect business growth, and periodically you have to look the changes happen, and changes are required to be done to achieve efficiency and find out hurdles and to find out solutions either internally or with the help of external consultants. This is a continuous process every 3 to 6 months, depending on at what stage you are there. You will have to consider this and change your, or you will have to do the course correction. Then, what is the organ chart and why it is needed? This is very clear to give you an idea. An organ chart is visual way to define the structure of your team in clear terms. So each person in the organization know who they report to in the chain of command and how all roles fit together. Depending on what stage your business is in, might currently be easy to keep track of which each employee fits in the team. Eventually, through without a desired structure, lines may blur and the chain of command could become less obvious. This can make it much easier for people to pass the buck, shrink the responsibility, or undermine management authority as your company grows. This is one of the dangerous area. So that is why it is required for every periodical thing. You will have to redefine the structures and responsibilities. Organizing chart helps implement a small business structure that coordinates employees with the company strategy and vision. My my webinar on 2nd January will be on vision, mission, and values. These are all interlinked management functions, and that will be necessary for you to continuously relook your business plan. A small business organizational chart will help you define management hierarchy and authority, clarify roles within the company, explain lines of communication, help orient new hires and remote employees. Now, work from home is coming, so it is more necessary. How are you going to monitor them or this thing? Enhance operating efficiency. This is the most important thing. According to me, 1969 we nationalized the banks. From that day till today, we have created, and MSME, we have created asset base of 100 to 200 lakh crores. But because it is dispersed over a large geography or it is not known, if we can increase the operational efficiency for 5% year to year, for next 3 years, we can create 3 to 4 crore jobs without adding a single capital expenditure or with very low investment required for capital. This thing, plan for the future. Show investor and partner that your business is organized for success and that crucial role are filled, which may be an element of your business plan. Here, generally MSME thinks they are not getting, they will not get the investors. But Government of India has launched a scheme, Fund of Fund, and Nitin Gadkari has clearly said, okay, if you are paying paying the taxes for last 3 years, they will be able to contribute 15% to your equity requirement. Earlier, equity kind of funding was not available, so that opens up a very large opportunity for units which are there in growing stage, 2 crore to maybe 250 crores. And once the equity kind of things are coming, equity is a little longer term, so that you don't have to service, and it gives a leverage. A leveraging of equity is a one of the critical lever. Organized chart help your business stay on track as it grows larger and more complex. They define what department everyone is attached to, who is in charge, and whom to contact. I have described three stacks earlier in my speech. One more I am adding. Many MSMEs are having project, they are doing project at sites like erection, commissioning, and all that. So that will come under project based organized chart. If your business runs different project at the same time, a project-based organization chart may be your best option. Construction business, for example, may assemble team of workers for each project based on available supervisor and workers, and the team may change from project to project as special skills are needed elsewhere. Team members are chosen for their specific skill set and may be assigned to a different project with different leaders and team members for each job. Many of my customer or client, they are doing this regularly. When in my earlier uh, when I was an entrepreneur, projects we were doing regularly, but we were not aware of preparing this systematic project based organization, and we have come into problems many times. So this is one of the things which whosoever are attending this webinar, they should understand what is their kind of business and whether they are doing some project-based jobs also. Establishing a project-based organization chart can give teams clarity about their role for their specific projects. Now, how to create steps to create your own chart. There are a number of free or low cost tools online to help you create different type of organized chart. Here is how to get it done. First, determine what type of organized chart best fits your small business. Next, make a spreadsheet sheet containing the information you want to include in the chart, or find a program compatible with your HR software, customer relation management system, or employee database. Typical information may include photo, name, department or supervisor, job title, contact information. Then choose an organized chart generator. There are few popular options of online, though not all of them are free. Visio, Pingboard, Lucid Chart, and Nakisa. These are all few one this thing, and you will have to go through each and find out exactly what you need. Last, just import your information into the program you like best and save it. If your information is organized, it should only take a few minutes. Once you use this free software or low cost software, you will be able to have this will done in a few minutes. The bottom line, when choosing an organized chart software, bear in mind that you need to update on regular basis. Most online organization chart service offers paid plans that integrate with your existing employee database and update automatically when employees leave, are hired, or change position. This is a continuous process in small scale MSME unit, and because we are always having a multi-skilled requirement, so sometimes depending on the need of the job, we may have to assign some extra responsibility to our existing staff, or they leave us for their better prospect or for whatever reason. Then you will have to update your this thing, and when you new hire a new person, it is better to fit in this according to his skill set. Now, how to grow from 5 crore to 50 crores? You will have to select structure which fits you most. I have given 4 structure earlier. Rest I am naming here: product based divisional structure, market based divisional structure, geographical division structure, process based structure, circular structure, network structure. Depending on your growth momentum, earlier 4 I have already said, and these are the 6 more, so that each structure will have advantage and disadvantage. But I will restrict here as at what stage you are has to be taken in account with your vision. And my next webinar will be on next webinar on vision, mission, and values will be on 2/11/21/2001. That is the new year. So this is what I have to say. Thank you, and I am open to question answer now. And I request all the people who are my participant to subscribe for my YouTube channel, www.youtube.com/SME Analytics, and then it will keep you up to date of whatever events we are doing or something. So please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you. Ravi, I am open for question answer now.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. It was very informative. Now I'll jump into the question and answers. Uh, I'll start with the question from Imran. Which organizational structure should we choose, and how do we overcome its inherent downsides?
See, Imran, thank you. You will have to see at what stage of business you are. Suppose as Ravi's is encouraging lot of new entrepreneurs, they are just starting. So for that kind of thing, that first 3 you will have to define. Say you will be needing a sales team. You will be needing a supervisor or something for managing your production if you are in a manufacturing sector, or if you are in service sector. According to this, you will have to define. And whatever you do, you will have to have an account which is a statutory requirement. Also it will give you lot of understanding of your financial position regularly. So you will have to select, and this is a choice which you will have to follow. Suppose if you are already in around 1 crore turnover or 2 crore turnover, and you want to grow, say, 2 times in next 2 years or 5 times next 2 years, you will have to sit down on your own growth projections, and that growth projections also has to be aligned with your vision, mission, and values, and your capability of delegation. My next webinar will be on delegation, which is again very critical. And how do you delegate your responsibility to this next whatever structure you have got? So you will have to take a call at what stage you are in the business and where you want to go. Thank you, Imran.
Thank you, sir. There is another question from Manjula here. What factors determine the
Thank you,
structure of an
Manjula. See, I have
organization?
already answered the question to Imran. the similar things will be there. You will have to understand at what stage in business you are there, and what is the growth rate you want to achieve. While determining growth rate, we have said that depends on external factor. That chart which I have shown, that every regularly you will have to take that into consideration. See, there may be a lot of big opportunities available for export, and your vision is to go in export in next 2 years time. Export is a tough job to enter, so you cannot enter like the local market. You send your salesman and you click the deal or you don't click the deal. Export, lot of procedures are there. My earlier last webinar I have explained how to go about export and projects. Again, that depends on your product. It requires a project management. Suppose you are manufacturing lifts, and lifts are to be installed. So you with that product, you will have to have a execution team of erection and commissioning. So it depends on what kind of business you are and what is your growth projections. Thank you, Manjula.
Thank you, sir. I'll jump into the next question. Uh, it is from Alekhya. How to apply operational and dynamic routines to organization design?
Very good, Alekhya. See, it's a good question. See, a entrepreneur's mindset has to be there for every team leader who are there with us in the organization, and continuously training them by communication. It is not a training like you have to go to classroom. It is some sort of a online communication, and make them to raise questions and answer that question. That is a dynamic situation in every organization. See, I am working for MSME, and many things are not known to my staff. And if I don't explain, they do the job without involvement. And I want to be involved them, so I try to make a point to explain whichever terminology they don't understand. That way, then they are all computer savvy, so they can learn by themselves few things. So we have to start up, and that is the key thing. It is a continuous process, and entrepreneur has to lead up to certain stage. And see, as they learn, more responsibilities are to be given to them with defined payment structure or benefit, so that they know that at the end of 3 years their salary or their income or their wealth will be this much. So that helps in the growth of the company. See, retaining a old employee is a better thing rather than hiring a new employee. So you will have to take, this is a continuous dilemma any entrepreneur have to go through. Thank you, Manjula. Thank you, Akhilya.
Thank you, sir. My next question is from Imran again. What type of leadership and culture are required to achieve the value proposition?
See, as in my speech, I have said that there are two kind of leaders: creative as well as organization. So, and these qualities are generally available with every human who is working under you. And you will have to understand that, because see, we being MSME will not have high quality of talent may not come to us. And developing a talent, we are a talent farm for a talent farm. MSM is a talent farm, and it is a continuous process. So you will have to go on investing on the available staff at various methods. It can be by reports, it can be exchange of views or discussion, group discussion, meetings. And say when they come out in a meeting with a bright idea, noting and motivating them. So these are the leaders which are created in the organization. And see, in a MSME, it is better to be more organized rather than creative. Creativeness you may discourage because your idea may be good as you have given a bud to that, but the organization may not be able to absorb that to full velocity. That is where you will have to be open and note that idea. So when your organization is ready, you can call that person and say, now we are ready, let us go to that, execute it. So these are all continuous entrepreneurial thinking development. So leadership is not only entrepreneur. Leadership is by developing your own internal people so that the entrepreneur himself can move to better opportunity location and things like that. Thank you, Imran.
Thank you, sir. I have next question here from Shravan. Does the organization's design influence its spiritual leadership?
Very good question, Shravan. See, as a Hindu, our Gita has given, or our Ramayana also has given many kind of management lesson, which leads to development of organization structure. See, when Future Group, that is Big Bazaar and other thing, they have taken somebody for this kind of role specifically so that the organization can get the maximum out of the employees. Future Group is a big group, but yes, your spiritual liking, your spiritual connects will connect with your existing action which you are taking. And that is why my lecture on vision, mission and value will come, where you will be able to learn how the spirituality is connected with the organization growth or structure. Thank you, Shravan.
Thank you, sir. I have another question here from Manjula. How does culture affects the organizational structure?
See, there are every human has got specific culture, and organization has got a specific culture. Say when organization led with by entrepreneur, then the dynamics of entrepreneur will be passing through till the last mile in the organized structure. That is, it may go up to workers, and then that is the basic organizational structure will be developed around that culture what entrepreneur has got. And that will pass till suppose entrepreneur is lazy, easygoing and everything, the enterprise people also will be there. But suppose he is a hard taskmaster, and that will grow to the workers level also. So the leadership is a critical thing, and it culture is the value which entrepreneur brings to the organization in MSME particularly, and that it passes through the blood in the sense that vein of all our employees or all our colleagues on the shop floor or in the structure. And when somebody is not able to feed, generally they drop out. So culture is a very critical item for a long term growth of uh, the organization. And it cannot be measured. Culture cannot be measured, but
Shared. True,
culture
sir.
can be cultivated. Thank you,
Wonderful, sir.
Manjula.
Wonderful. Wonderful, sir. That was a very nice explanation. I have another question here from Alekia. What is the advantages and disadvantages of functional oriented allocation of tasks?
See, criticality of this depends on who is the team leader or who is the person who is leading and what is his attitude to the task. Many times, because human, for unknown reason, he don't like to perform certain tasks, and he may delay that task execution. Ultimately, it may result in a mismatch of the desired result. So, this is very necessary to understand to whom you are delegating the responsibility. See, entrepreneur or his staff will be knowing who is fit for this job, particularly in MSME. Recently, we had a flood in this with heavy rains. Now, this kind of thing has happened. Probably last 20 years, it has not happened. So, entrepreneur will have to take a call. Who can do what kind of job, because most of the time they will be working, the workers will be working on the shop floor. So this is the time here and then, because if you are not well prepared, the execution of this thing will be creating a problem and heartburn. So that kind of situation could be probably avoided, because corona we did not anticipate in the century. So everybody has to cope up with that kind of thing. So you have to understand your own staff or whatever colleagues who are working with you deeply, and that is possible only when you try to get a rapport with him and understand these are the stopping point, these are the area where that particular person has to be pushed or pulled. That are all things which comes with your passage of time and your observation. It is necessary to observe many things. See, when a young child, he takes a pen and pencil and try to draw, we can understand as a parent or something that he has got an interest, and we have to encourage. Similarly, in the organization also, we'll have to encourage our teammates or our colleagues or our employees, so that they get a free hand to experiment. Without experimentation, growth in the organization will come to a standstill. And say somebody will be able to do a job which other person can take 10 minutes, he will be able to do in 3 minutes. It does not mean that you don't have to encourage that ten minutes person. You will have to understand why he is taking 10 minutes, and then you have to redefine. That is why organized structure cannot be done. This thing, functionality will help to get the desired result, but changes may have to be made time to time. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. I have another question here from Malik. Sorry, I wrongly
Aditya.
posted. No. There's a question from Shravan here. What is an
Hmm.
importance of each contingency factor affecting designing organizational structure at different stages of company's life cycle?
See, it is the perception of the team. Someone, thank you. It's a perception of the team that what kind of contingencies are likely to come up, and then who is most fit for that. Some contingencies like corona or this flood recently came may not be anticipated, but many things can be anticipated uh, that I have given 7 factors for organization, external factors which affect the organization. And accordingly, you will have to recalibrate your uh, structure. This is a very critical function. Entrepreneur and a team member has to continuously observe the behavior of the person under them or person above them to get a better result. See, suppose now I am 69, and if you want me to run at 100 kilometers or 10 kilometers, I may not be able to do. So you will have to take this and prepare your contingency plan. And see, most of the things, uh, with today's media opening and other things, can be anticipated in advance. Like our farmers are on strike at this thing, and they may call for rail roko or highway ban. So we'll have, when we came to know of that, we'll have to change our paths for particularly those days, and then rework out our strategies. See, when Corona came, work from home, because they were supposed to pay the salaries, they cannot cut down. So work from home they have developed, and now many companies today also I was reading in Economic Times that many companies are thinking to select the people for work from home for next 2 years, 5 years, particularly in software industry. So we'll have to look into every possible contingencies which we know. Thank you, Shravan.
Thank you, sir. Here is the next question from Manjula. What is the relationship between the culture and structure?
See, there are no definitive relationship, but culture is the driving force for the organization, and it helps to redefine the structure time to time. And culture is a, I do not know. See, because every human has got a different culture. Somebody can be, generally somebody can be Hindu, Muslim, Sikh, or somebody can be a lady and gents, somebody can be handicapped. There are many things, and somebody can come from rich fathers, this thing, but wants to learn and come and join us for a year or two. All these factors, because he brings with a different kind of structure, and somebody who is working, who has come out from Basti area to work, they may have different culture. So it is a very difficult, this can only become known over a by observation or over discussion or questioning, and their reactions in specific, when one Mr. Sravan asked a question of contingency, then there only you will be able to know that somebody is a leadership type of person, or somebody is a follower type of person. All that is a observation continuously and with open mind. If you close your mind, it will be difficult. Thank you, Manjula.
Thank you, sir. I have another question from Imran here. Which organizational practices are required to reinforce the organizational intent? Reinforce, enforce. Yeah.
First and foremost thing, what is the kind of growth you want to achieve in your organization, and how do you communicate to your team member or colleagues, and understand from time to time what are their what are the kind of hurdles they face, and hurdles requires a support structure, or something can be done by entrepreneur for some time till the other kind of talent is located. So this is always continuously a transition phase, and that will be continuous till the enterprise reach its goal. So it's a continuous process. You cannot break the chain. Thank you, Imran.
Sir, I have another question here from Manjula. What factors affects the size of structure of the HRM department?
See, HRM nowadays is becoming very critical for any organization. And see, this department has to work closely with the entrepreneur, and the growth momentum of the organization, and the need of the organization to groom the talent from inside, or to bring the talent outside. What are the kind of gaps which are coming in, how to fill it. Some of the gaps can be filled by external training or internal training. Now I am working with one of my client. Their design section has got 5 people. Now, 3 people are old and 2 people are new. Now, if there is no training, then these 2 people will take their own time to groom up. So, it is a design head will have to take, and design head may require a permission from either entrepreneur or HRM. He should discuss with them what kind of training is required, for how many months it is required, what is the kind of measurement of its performance improvement. All these criteria will have to be looked out at by HRM department. They should be very clear about the gaps, and existing skill inventory is also a very big challenge. So the changes happening in their employees' personal life also may affect the roles what they are executing. So that is a very critical. So the flow of information happening at their family and or in various this thing has they have acquired a new skill. So these are all critical for HRM department. It is a very critical. But whether MSME can have a separate HRM department is yet to be uh, that depends on the strength of the organization. Say if you have got 30 workers, then one supervisor will be enough. But if you are running night shift, you may need two supervisor or three supervisor, and on them to manage, you may need a factory manager. So this is the continuous evolution coming up. Thank you, Manjula.
Thank you, sir. I have another question here from Alekhya. What are the some of the benefits to the multi-divisional structure?
See, when the business is growing and you are finding a market existing there in some other geographical region, then you will have to have some person to head that, and then take the local staff what is required. So, and then integration of this divisional head with the head office is a complex process and depends on the growth of the company. Now, the one which I was talking about, they have taken two sales engineer at Pune and as well as at Vizag. Now, how do you measure a performance of them? Is it just fulfilling certain requirement, or they are doing sales, or they are doing sales plus execution, or what kind of, whether they have got an office, how often they have to come to Hyderabad for exchanging the views and knowing Hyderabad team, where they will have to understand to whom they have to report, or everything has to go through entrepreneur and then ultimately to be managed. These are all of advantages of having a clarity of thought in the functional area. Disadvantage will be how to measure their efficiency, and you may have to provide reasonably long term resources. That means for 1 year or 2 years you will have to provide resources, and you have to measure whether it is helping the growth to achieve or not to help. It is not helping. So these are experimentation, you can say. Once the structure is successful, then building up on that is easy. So there are disadvantages whether the organization has got that kind of financial resources to support, monitoring resources to support. These are the challenges which may be faced. Thank you.
There is another question, sir, from Shravan. Difference between organization, enterprise, and corporation.
Thank you, Shravan. See, these are the three names at different stage. You can call your MSME enterprise as organization or enterprise or corporation,
Corporation.
but corporation generally will be going for corporate sector or large this thing. So maybe up to 250 crores now with the revised definition of MSME, we may be called as a organization or enterprise. And when we got listed on public market or something, or we have got multi branches, like say, suppose something in Brazil or something, then you can be said as a corporation. There is no clear definition.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Hmm.
I have another question from Imran here. Who wrote this 10x rule? What is the 10x growth means?
Last 10 15 years back, some Australian has come out with the 10x growth of kind of things, and with his experience and the theories getting evolved, 10x is becoming a new norm for young entrepreneurs who are having lot of energy and ideas. They can look for 10x kind of growth, this thing. And here the only difference, as I understand, or in Indian context, and particularly MSME, they first enter, I cannot do. That kind of thing should not be there. That first, I can do. These are the things I require to get that. That kind of mindset is required. So, thank you, Imran.
That's it for today. So we'll just explain what will be the next session and when it will be, and then we will close it. Thank you so much,
Okay.
sir.
Thank you. See, next session will be on 19th December. It will be on delegation. Again, a very critical function. And most of the MSME entrepreneur do not miss, are not growing because everything they want to do themselves. They want to
Yeah.
check up the vouchers, they want to do this thing, and if they don't delegate and trust, his growth he is blocking. So next webinar will be on delegation. I request all the participants to come and join, understand. And on 9th of February, 9th of January, we will have a last session in this series of Churn or Burn. So myself and Ravi were just discussing before this webinar. If this series is helpful to you, you should give a feedback either to Ravi or to me, and you should bring the points where you would like to design the further webinar series, because if the vaccine is found also, the restriction of social distancing and all that may continue for a reasonably long time. So I request all participants to either give a feedback to Ravi or to me or to my SME analytics, and we'll try to design. And second request to all the participants, because this is the 11th webinar we are holding, uh, what is the general feeling you are getting? You are learning something, or you would like to learn something, or would like to have a session about 1 hour, or what, all that, this thing, because only another 4 or 5 webinars are left out. That is one request. Second thing, I have created I want to select 10 entrepreneurs who are at 5 crore turnover today and want to go to 50 crore in 5 years. I will help them to, with various techniques, I will help them to think how they can reach, and I will be only selecting 10. So all participants who are there in this webinar or earlier webinar, or you talk to your colleagues, because this company which I am talking about was 13 crore 3 years back, 2 years back, and they have reached 23 crores now, and I am still pushing them to reach 100 crores in next 3 years time. So
Wonderful,
they
sir. Wonderful.
they are open to that kind of idea. They have about 20 30 administrative people. This is possible, this is possible, this is possible. But then what is missing is the intent, the necessary corrections, openness, and various cash flow. See, everybody is talking, paisa nahi hai. That is not the reason for you to stop the growth. How much money is required to understand whether you require debt kind of fund or equity kind of fund, whether you can get it from private equity or any other thing. Though there are various possibility as you grow, and investors are in. You can see how the this IPO of Burger King has been subscribed 157 times. So you can understand there is a demand for good IPO, and you will have to come up to this requirement and the leveraging. So please circulate that on 18/12. I am going to close this. I will select only 10 enterprise who are interested to reach from 50 crore to 5 crore to 50 crore in 5 years time, and we will sit with them, we will work with them, we will handhold with them, okay, how this is possible. And this is a continuous process, like developing your organized structure. So please circulate this, and please participate on my next webinar on 19. Please give a feedback for us, that will help us to work out many other things. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you very much. It was very informative, and your growth plan from 5 crores to 50 crores is also very inspiring. So we'll definitely try to bring more people on board who will be really, it will be helpful. Thank you everyone for joining. So we all see you on next Saturday at 4 p.m. at the same time and live. So please like, share, or subscribe to our channel along with the SME Analytics channel. So we gaining more and more knowledge. Thank you all. Bye bye. See you next week.
See you next week. Thank you.